Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the SoFlo Soccer channel, and welcome to another live broadcast here on this very cold evening here in South Florida. It's like 50 degrees. I reffed a game earlier today, and it was like in the 50s. Like it was like 20-mile-per-hour winds, 50 degrees. It was cold as hell. Now it's about like 49. It feels like 44 degrees outside. This is not South Florida weather. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. This is another live broadcast. We have a lot to talk about today. I want to talk literally everything. We have like an entire week's worth of news, of updates to go over. I'm going to talk about Diego Big Balls Luna. We're going to talk a little bit about Argentina. We're going to talk a little bit about the Youth Academy international call-ups. We're going to talk about Messi's gesture to Mexico, because I want to give a shout out to the Battered Herons on that. We're going to talk about Bushi not playing center back. We have so much to talk about, guys. We need to get straight into it. Welcome in. This is me using StreamYard for the first time, by the way. I have like this free trial. So like I have like a week of free StreamYard. So we're going to see how it goes. I'm still learning. But look, we have this cool little ticker going at the bottom, so we're gonna test that out. But anyway, the first topic of discussion. This is what I like to call spring cleaning. Essentially, we're gonna briefly mention these things. We're not gonna spend too much time on it. I just want to acknowledge it because I think, one, it's hilarious, and two, it's very interesting. But we have Michael Donnelly already in the chat. I love how that's really smooth how that pops up, right? Cheers from Chile. What's up, man? Cheers. Tengo que empezar a ser más en vivos en español. Pero viste que hablo Spanglish, so hablo los dos. I'll do English and Spanish for you. It's ungodly cold, 90 degrees and 100% humidity, please. Yeah, dude. Like, I'm honestly liking the change of scenery, but yeah, no, it does need to get a little bit warmer. But I'm rocking it. I'm liking the hoodie. I like the hoodie season. We like proper hoodie seasons. But anyways. First topic of discussion, first point of the spring cleaning is this. I want to talk about this guy right here, Diego Big Balls Luna. If you guys don't know who this is a forward that plays for RSL here in the MLS. And he broke his in the most recent game that the United States men's national team played against Costa Rica. This guy broke his nose. He took an elbow to the face, broke his nose, and then in the next play, he proceeded to assist in a goal that the U.S. men's national team scored in. And it's like, this is the most badass thing that I've ever seen on a football pitch. Like, this is somebody that Inter Miami needs on the pitch. Like, somebody who is willing to literally bleed on the pitch to score the goal. Dude, look at this picture. This is just blood and stuff. It doesn't really show anything, but you can see the bend. You can literally see the bend in his nose right here. Sorry, I should have gave a warning before I showed that. But I just found that insane. I just found that so badass, and props to Big Balls Luna for breaking his nose and going on to assist literally in the following play and literally not caring. Anyway, next thing I want to talk about. Like I said, we're going to briefly go over these things. Next thing I want to talk about is this. 6-0, muchacho. 6-0. Argentina, los sub-20 de Argentina, lo ganó a Brasil 6-0 in the first game of the CONMEBOL like tournament or whatever. The CONMEBOL sub-20. This is the biggest scoreline between Argentina and Brazil ever in history. In all levels, in the first team, whatever, U23, all levels, 6-0. Like, this is something that you would never expect. This was an unbelievable game. Echeverria had an amazing, he literally just had a field day out there. Just wanted to give a huge shout out to them because, you know, I'm Argentinian. I just needed to give a shout out to them because this is it's an amazing like you're literally never gonna see that ever again. But anyway, hold on. Let me see what you guys are saying. Yeah, just in time. Got done schooling some idiot about how Messi growth hormone has nothing to do with Messi performance. Yeah, people who think that are actually stupid. Anyway, hello. 44 is cold. -12. Yeah, dude. Here you gotta understand. Here in Florida, it doesn't get lower than 80 degrees. Like 80 degrees is a cooler day. It's always 90 degrees here with like the max humidity. Like it's always dry. Like it's honestly quite horrible. Like that every single day. So once it hits like 80, 70, even 70, it's like a little chilly out at 70. 70 is chilly. Recently, like literally the past like week, it's been in the 60s, 50s, and even 40s. It's been really, to be honest, it's been pretty nice. But no, it is very, very cold. Punch don't want to tell him it was broken. Dude, no, they literally told him it was broken. Like the doctor said, yeah, this is broken. And um Luna was like, yeah, no, put me in. Like I want to play. And then and he literally assisted. What's up, Edwin? What's up? Brazilian national teams have been bad lately, dude, in all levels, and we showed them that night. But anyway, um, no, but that was fun. I just wanted to mention those things. Also, oh, one more thing before, or two more things. I want to do two more things. First of all, I want to give huge shout outs to two people. I want to give huge shout outs to Ashley Tanguian for in the Five Sports Network YouTube channel. They invited me on their show today, and we did an episode that is live now. If you guys want to check that out, we're gonna go over some of the topics that we talked about on their show. I won't go over all of them because I want you guys to watch them. They were awesome. They were amazing. They were super super nice, and I highly recommend. It's the Messi and Co. guys. If you guys if you guys are on Twitter and you see Messi and Co, that's them. Highly recommend you check those out. I'll leave a link in the description. I didn't do that because I made this. I did all of this before it happened, but I'll leave it in the description after the stream. But anyways, and also huge shout out to the Battered Herons. They talked about the Messi gesture. They talked about this. They talked about the Messi gesture against Club America in that first friendly that we did. I want to talk about this very briefly, right? Because I feel like this shouldn't even be like that big of a deal, but I feel like for some reason it has turned into a pretty big deal recently. Messi did this obviously because the America fans were like taunting him or making fun of him or whatever, mocking him, whatever. Literally, like what he did here, like I don't understand like why people are taking so much offense to this. Like he's literally clapping back at you after he scored and after you were taunting him. Like this is the most like football thing ever. Like if you like you can't be that soft for you to be offended by this. It's not even like it's not an offensive gesture. It's just he's literally just saying I'm better than you. He said it in three motions. He said me 3, you 0. Like he literally just said I'm better than you. So anyways, no, this is no disrespect to all the Mexican viewers or like any Mexican people. Like he's not literally bashing anybody. So I fully agree that this is the most harmless thing ever. So people need to stop crying about it. Honestly. Anyway, just needed to say that. Get that off my chest. Anyways, any news not signings for Inter Miami? Guys, this is what we're going to talk about. Not possible signings, but we're going to talk about what our team is looking like right now. We're going to talk about what our team is looking right now because we're less than 30 days away from the MLS regular season. We're also less than 30 days away from our first CONCACAF Champions Cup game against Sporting Kansas City, which should be an interesting game. We just played our first preseason game. Preseason game. We still have another preseason game in a couple days' time against Universitario in Peru. How do I say this? How confident are you guys feeling right now with the current squad in terms of depth, in terms of quality on the pitch? Don't and look, listen, don't come at me with the Drake needs to work on the footwork, Redondo needs to work on this. Just on paper, how good are we feeling about this team? Because I'm feeling good. Guys, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. The only thing that I'm not feeling good about is the fact that for some reason the team has not confirmed about Falcon being signed yet. But other than that, I feel like we are in a good place on paper. We have depth. We have quality. We have potential. We have the fire and the drive and the energy and the motivation to take this league by storm again. And Messi is one of them. Again, shout out to the Battle Herons because they mentioned it. I think Danny, I forget who mentioned it. I don't know if it was Danny or Chris, but he had a good point. They had a good point when they said something about Messi being like butthurt or like upset not winning the MLS Cup in 2024. He's 1000% butthurt, guys. This is the year, and we talked about it in the Messi and Co. show as well. We call it the beanie Messi era, where Messi's gonna come all smiling, all happy, ready to literally destroy everybody on the field. He's gonna start nutmegging everybody. Like, this is gonna be prime Messi all over again. I'm so ready for it. I'm so ready for it. Sergio says we need to sign Falcon already. Then we'll be fine. Okay, fair. But we're looking pretty good. We need a backup striker, probably another DM. I could understand the striker thing. DM, I don't know about that one. We don't need another DM. Sean, come on. We don't need another DM. We have Bushi, we have Redondo, we have Bright, and then we have David Ruiz, who plays DM. Cremashi plays more of an attacking role, but he can play DM. He played DM with the U.S. men's national team against Costa Rica. Anyways, Michael says very comfortable compared to last year. That's what I'm saying. Dude, if we compare this in 2024 to 2023 preseason, like, we're in amazing shape. I think we need a backup 9. Okay, now Monkey Man also says we need a backup 9. Okay, so do we agree? What are we feeling about Tadeo then? So is Tadeo not a backup 9 for you guys? Because I think he's a backup 9. He can play on the wing, absolutely. I'm not saying he can't, but I think he's definitely an option as a backup 9 for Suarez. Also, shout out to Suarez. Happy birthday to Suarez, turning 38, one of the most legendary strikers in the world. I think arguably the best striker in Uruguay's history, national team history. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. But huge shout out to our number 9, El Pistolero. So everybody's saying we need another. Oh, damn, everybody's saying we need another number 9. Okay, who we bringing in then? Who we bringing in as a backup number 9? Because we sold Campana, we sold Farias, who could have played at the 9, or wing, whatever. We have Fafa who could play striker, but he's probably not going to play striker unless, like, I don't know, we somehow we switch tactics all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? Spicy Messi. That's exactly what we're calling it, Sean. That's exactly what we're calling it. Let's see. Let me see what you guys are saying. Yeah, respectfully, Suarez is 38. We need a backup. Okay. Allende is not a striker. Allende is a winger. No, obviously he's a winger, but he can play striker, is what I'm saying. He can play striker if necessary. So, like, would you not feel comfortable, Allende? Like, so we don't feel comfortable with Tadeo at the striker position. Because, because they said that he can play striker. So, I'm just saying. So we're saying that he's not. So you don't want him touching the striker position. You don't want to ever see him play the striker position if we need it. Because if Suarez goes down, who do you want? If Suarez goes down right now, who is playing striker? You know what I'm saying? Because if it's not Tadeo, then what is it? Is Fafa? Is it gonna be Leo Afonso? Is it gonna be Messi? Who's playing striker? So until we get a supposed backup, then we don't got anybody unless we play Leo Afonso up there. But that's what I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just saying. Fafa and Agenda can fill, but as a true backup, we need somebody. Okay, this is fair. I'm not saying you guys are wrong, by the way. I hope you guys don't take that the wrong way. I'm not saying you guys are wrong. I'm just asking if you guys feel comfortable with him at the striker position in general. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's see. He plays striker because his last team didn't have a striker. Okay, they need to find a true false 9. Okay, let's talk about it then. Let's talk about a true false 9 that Inter Miami can sign. I wasn't gonna go into this conversation, but now everybody's saying we need a backup striker. Now let's talk about who we're gonna get as a striker. That's going to be the first talking point of this episode. This is not where I was going to go, but this is now it is. Now this is definitely the direction we're going to go. Because listen, I was the biggest Suarez doubter when he first joined in the last year, whenever. What was it? In early 2024. I was the biggest Suarez doubter because I was like, he has bad knees. He's not going to be able to run. I don't think he's going to be able to catch up or keep up with the play in MLS. Whatever. He completely proved me wrong. And I realized that like maybe a month, maybe 2 months in. I realized that he completely proved me wrong, maybe a month in. And now he ended up being one of the top goal scorers in the MLS. Do you not think that that's going to happen again? Being him scoring like 15 goals this year? Like, do we not think that Suarez is going to score 15 goals this year? And if not, that's a huge problem. Because if Suarez is not going to be scoring the goals, we're not going to be relying on Messi all the time to score goals, even though he can. So what? Fafa needs his fair share of goals. Robert Taylor needs a fair share of goals. Like who are the goals going to be spread in the team? You know what I'm saying? Mike V is going under 15. Are we doing a bet right now? Are we doing over unders? Who says Suarez under 15? Who has the under for Suarez right now on 15? Mike's taking the under. I'm taking the over on this one. I'm taking the over 15. Hold off on this, Sergeant. We're going to talk about this in a minute. We're going to talk about this. Just hold on that comment. We're going to talk about it after this striker conversation. If we're going to wrap up the striker conversation. We need a second striker, too many competitions. Okay. You know, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, we could probably dedicate an entire episode to just potential strikers that we could sign. I honestly, because I feel like we could have definitely signed a striker by now, like an actual number 9 by now. But hey, I mean, like let's bring it to this next topic, right? Let's bring it to the next topic because I feel like we can talk about all day on a potential backup striker or a second striker. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about us acquiring another international roster slot. We talked about this in the Messi and Co. Podcast or show, and they brought up the idea, and highly recommend check it out. They brought up the idea of like, okay, are these two, because we got 2 roster slots this week. We got 2 roster slots this week. This one was by, I believe, what was it? Portland? Yeah, it was Portland. We acquired it from Portland. Are these 2 roster slots that we got this week, is that being used for the players that we already brought into the team? Or do you guys think that Inter Miami are cooking something up? Like, do you think we're bringing in another player, like another international roster, like another international player? Or is this, just kind of already what we already had? Because also remember, Facundo Farias is being sold to Estudiantes for a pretty decent fee, which I'll get to next. Facundo Farias has been sold. So that's another international roster slot and a U22 initiative slot, which I don't know if that's going to go to Telasco. I'm not a MLS expert, so don't ask me. But with 3 supposed new international roster slots, with 3 international roster slots right there, with the U22 initiative slot, with more GAM money in our pockets, I feel like our transfers, like the transfer deals are not done yet. I feel like the transfer deals are not done yet. We still have to announce Falcon. Maybe we're gonna get another striker maybe on loan, maybe permanently. I don't know. But I feel like we're gonna be doing something with that international roster slot, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if that's gonna be a potential. Maybe in the summertime we'll get a DP. Maybe we take somebody out of that U22. We change paths. We go 3 DP, 3 U22s. I don't know. But I'm saying I feel like Inter Miami are cooking something up with the international roster slots. Something that I feel like we're not. I feel like it's really gonna be big. It's gonna be really, really big. Sergio's taking the over 15 on Suarez, by the way. Sergio's taking the over 15 on Suarez. Oh, I just completed that. That's not the comment. Hold on. There we go. Sergio saying Suarez over 15. Segovia, Messi, Fafa, and Bushi can feed him. That's what I'm thinking, dude. I'm thinking that over 50. I think Suarez over 15 is cake. I think it's light work. With Messi, Fafa, like, forget about it. Di Maria, Elmer is saying Di Maria summer transfer, deadly strike. Bro, I still think that we can bring in Di Maria and Otamendi. I still think that's a huge possibility. I still think it's a possibility, and I think it would be good. Like, I think like that'd be great. Like, why wouldn't Di Maria and Otamendi fit in this team? I think they would fit perfectly in this team. Sure, they're like 36 years old or whatever, but they don't play like 36 years old. They're playing like they're 27. They still have the energy. They still have like the work rate, the leadership, the experience, the technicality, the mentality. They have all of that. The only thing that wouldn't, honestly, I think the only thing that wouldn't bring them over here would be literally the fact that they're too good and they could still play at the top level in Benfica specifically. But anyway, um, let's see. What are you guys saying? What are you guys saying? I said what I had to say. Let's see what you guys are saying. When you start the season, you get to buy 8 international roster slots, so they still need to go buy for a few new players. Yeah, so I think we have in total like 13. I could be completely wrong on that number. I actually have a Google Docs here. I'm gonna show you guys. I have a spreadsheet of the guys that we have on our team. I'm gonna show you guys that right now. I'm gonna put it over here so you guys can see. Boom. I'm gonna show you guys this. I'm gonna share this. Bam. I don't know if you guys can read this. Let me know if you guys can't read this. I'm gonna remove the banner so you guys can read it a little better. But this is essentially, I tried putting every single player that we had that takes up like an international roster slot or like a U22 initiative player or slot or whatever, a senior player, whatever. We have Facundo Farias, because he's technically is still with the team. We have Facundo Farias, Redondo, Jordi Alba, Messi, Suarez, Chelo, Busi, Avilés, Lujan, Segovia. That's 10. Allende, 11. Rocco, I believe I don't know if Rocco's taking up a slot. I don't think he is. So we're gonna skip him. And then Ustari is 12. And then if Maxi Falcon comes, that's 13. You know what I'm saying? That's 13 slots right now. And I think that's everybody. I don't think Bright is on a international slot anymore or whatever. I think he's fine. I know Rocker's American. That's why I don't think he takes up an international roster slot. So I think he's fine. I think he should be fine. Anyway, so that's what? That's 13 with Falcon. If we started with 8, we traded Campana for 1. That's 9. We had 2 this week. That's 11. So what? We're missing 1 or 2? We're missing 1 or 2. I already counted Redondo, Sergeant. I already counted Redondo. Robert Taylor might be eligible for a green card this year. That's why I didn't include him. I didn't include Robert Taylor. So maybe they're just kind of filling in right now, but maybe they could just be trading in more because I think they're going to I feel like they're going to keep. I genuinely don't think our transfer business is done. I think we're still going to bring in maybe another player, at least one more player. Yeah, Gatsby. I already mentioned him. I already mentioned that move. Hold on, guys. This guy's cooking right now. Santiago Simon from River. There were rumors that he was very linked, and he is very versatile. He can play right back at a 4-3-3 in the midfield and a solution to replace Chelo. I like it, but we already have Lujan on loan. We already brought Lujan on loan. Don't think River would want to get rid of somebody like Santiago Simon. He played a lot of minutes. He was getting a lot of game time in 2024. So don't know if he is somebody that would want to get rid of. Anyway, we're still lacking slots. No, true. No, you're right. I think we're missing I think we're still missing a slot or 2. And that's if I got everything right. You know what I'm saying? If my numbers are right and my thing is right. So, you know what I'm saying? So Maybe we still need a slot. If we don't get that slot, we're not going to be able to register anybody. So unless that's probably why we haven't signed Falcon yet, because we're still working on the slots. We're still working on the slots. We're still working on the visas or whatever. Speaking of visas, Tadeo Ashende and Ustari are cleared to play. Tadeo and Ustari are clear to play for the next preseason game against Universitario. We don't know. I'm not sure if Segovia and stuff like that are going to be able to play. Mascherano did say whoever is available will travel for the game. So we could see the new guys play in this next game against Universitario in Peru. Anyway, we talked about that. I mean, okay. I mean, I touched up on this already. Facundo Farias being sold to Estudiantes. I don't know how you guys feel about this because I made a video about it. So I'm not going to spend too much time talking about this, but I'll briefly mention it. I don't know how you guys feel about this, but in my video, I spoke a bit about it. I personally think we shouldn't have an issue with this. I think we got good money. We probably got good money. The actual number amount hasn't been released yet. We get an international roster spot. We get a U22 spot. I think this is great business from Inter Miami because of his injury history. We were low-key, we were kind of taking a risk with this guy because I know that Farias had a lot of potential. He had a lot of promise coming into this year, but this is like Facundo Farias. People are excited. I was excited to see Facundo Farias return, but at the same time, it's like, well, if somebody's interested in him and willing to pay the money, let's do it because like we're at the end of the day we're taking a huge risk keeping him here only for him not to get as many minutes and for him to get injured again. So we don't want this guy to be like another like Robbie Robinson, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no disrespect to Robbie Robinson, but we don't want another Robbie Robinson on our hands, or something, or even like an Emerson or something. Also, I didn't get to put that in this thing, but Emerson is apparently like officially off our books, which is so good to see, man. That's finally like that guy was in our books for way too long. Anyways, we bought Lujan, I believe, not on loan. I think I'll double check that. I swear to God, I thought we got him on a loan. I thought we got him on a loan with like an option to buy. I could be completely wrong. It's so hard to keep track of all these news. I'm gonna be honest with you. Inter Miami, Lujan. Did we not get him on a loan? Oh no, we didn't get him on a loan. No, he got a contract until 2027. See, bro. See, Monkey. See, this is what you guys are here for, to fix my dumbass errors. Yeah, no, we did get him on a permanent deal. That's even better. Honestly, that's even better. Thank God. All right. Mike B says Robbie Robinson played more than Farias last year. That's crazy. If that's actually true, that's ridiculous. That's genuinely ridiculous because I feel like Robbie Robinson barely played for us. What about a back three of Martinez, Falcon, Lujan, Simon, and Alba at the right back? I mean, like, but that's something we'll have to consider next year. If we end up getting rid of Chelo, maybe we can bring in somebody like Simon. Maybe. I think it'd probably be worth it, to be honest. But yeah, that's kind of like a next year's problem, not a this year problem, if that makes sense. Because like you said, his contract's expiring next year. That's something that we're gonna have to that problem does not exist yet. So we'll worry about that next year when we come to it. Emerson sold for $1 million. We actually are getting great value for Emerson. Dude, like he hasn't touched the field in like what, 3 years? Like literally 3 years. So literally we could have sold him for $50 and I think it would have been awesome. Like it's fine. But anyways, so here, what were we just talking about? We talked about Farias. We talked about the roster slots. We talked about how good we're feeling less than a month away from our first game, which is against Sporting Kansas City, like official first game. Let me bring this up. Because now you guys are talking about who the back four should be and etc. Like Monkey Man saying the defense should be Alba, Falcon, Aviles, Lujan. Let me bring this up. Let's talk about this real quick because I don't know if you guys saw in the press conference that Mascherano gave, but he said that Bushi was going to be playing in the midfield. That there's almost no chance that he's going to be playing as a center back. unless needed be, because he has that experience. He has, he obviously has that capability to do so. What do you guys feel about this? Because I know we've had a lot of discussions. If you were with me in 2024, we've had a lot of discussions about Bushi playing center back. We have had a lot of discussions. So put what your thoughts on Bushi not playing center back anymore. Put your thoughts in the comments right now. I'm gonna give you mine. Bushi, I'm gonna say, I keep saying this, and I'm gonna continue to say it. Bushi is the pendulum of this team. He is the heartbeat of this team. And I feel like, I don't know, this year's a new year, so we don't know yet. But I feel like, or I felt like in 2024, if Bushi was not in the team, it the whole thing fell apart. The whole structure, the whole team, the 11 fell apart. Our 11 fell apart. The midfield fell apart. The defense fell apart, and the attack is the attack. If Bushi was not in the team. So I think, or I thought, in the midfield is where we really needed him to be that link from the center backs, from the defense to the attacks. He's the person that can bring the ball out into the midfield, from the defense into the midfield, and onto the attack. I didn't mind Bushi playing center back in 2024. For obvious reasons, he had to play there in order to play Bright at CM or CDM, whatever. Bushi played center back last year because of Bright playing in the midfield with Redondo, and also because Freire took a season-ending injury. So we needed to balance out Avilés, Freire, or excuse me, Avilés, Martinez, and I guess Allen and Bushi. We had to balance all that out. Honestly, I personally liked him at the libero, him playing. I play a lot of Football Manager, so I'm going to use these terms like libero. I think him as a libero at the center back was fine because he would drop into the midfield, or he would push up into the midfield as well. If this is the case where we don't see Bushi this year, we don't see Bushi playing center back, I think we'll be okay, because at our center back partnership is going to be Avilés and maybe Falcon if he ever gets confirmed, Avilés and Martinez, Avilés and Noah Allen. Avilés is definitely going to be there. He's 100% going to be a starter. But we have Martinez, Avilés, Allen, Falcon. We have Boatwright if they end up bringing the youth guys in. I think we have a pretty good depth chart in that center back spot. You know what I'm saying? For the amount of games that I think we're playing. We can even play Lujan at center back if we really need to. And so playing Bushi in the midfield, I think is a great idea. Primarily in the midfield, I think it's a fantastic idea. And I think it's really, really going to help us progressing forward up the pitch with him and Telasco Segovia as the two midfielders. Now, okay, no, before I get to the next thought, let me get to you guys in the comments, and then we'll get to the next thought. Appreciate you. Yes, guys, please hit the like button. I can't see the like count, so I have no idea what the like count is. But if you guys are here and you guys are enjoying it so far, please hit the like button and subscribe if you are new. Really appreciate you guys' efforts and commenting and sharing your guys' opinion. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Let me see. What are you guys saying? Sergeant says, I don't like Bushi at center back. Okay. That's fine. He's the best CDM of all time and is very crucial for us. Yeah. Bushi needs to stay in the midfield. Tata only played him at CB position because of the injuries. Yep. Bushi playing the libero, using the libero term, playing the libero worked great, though. It forced teams to press. We can always fall back on it. Now, okay, one thing before I continue with the comments. Yes, it worked, and it did force the teams to press, but that was also a negative because sometimes they'll get caught lacking, or we get caught lacking, because when Bushi would push up and then Avilés would get a little bit too aggressive, or Noah Allen or Martinez, whoever the other center back was, they would get a little bit too aggressive, then we get caught. and we get caught on like an over a top counter attack or whatever, and then Bushi's not going to be able to recover, and then everything is just like a domino effect. But I understand what you mean. 100%. I agree in that extent that he was good going from the center back position, pushing into the midfield, but he still played in that midfield role. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, he was still playing in the midfield. This year, we got a lot of depth with Allen, Toto, Lujan, Martinez, and Falcon. Bright to me is the most valuable player on the team. Mike, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to Bright. We're gonna get to Bright in just a minute. I'm gonna get through these comments. We're gonna get to Bright. Busquets should play in front of the defense. He does not have the legs to be high up the pitch in play in transition. Okay. Ryan agrees with that. We pay good money for Falcon. I think he's definitely starting. He needs to be confirmed by the club first, dude. We're still waiting on the communications department to announce something. Bushi can play in the midfield, but we need someone with energy to cover for him defensively, especially on counters, guys. That's Telasco. That's Telasco 100%. But before we move on, Ryan, you're right. Or not Ryan. Who said it? Sergio. Sergio, you're right. We do need somebody to cover for him, but we literally have Toto. We're gonna have Lujan / Martinez / Allen. We're gonna have Telasco Segovia, who is an engine, who's literally like a little engine in that midfield, playing as like a 6, right? He's gonna be box to box. He's gonna be helping defensively. He's gonna be helping in the offensive. So Telasco Segovia is gonna be able to cover. We also have Yannick Bright. Now, I don't know. I don't have an official opinion on this. I'm gonna be honest with you, but I want to hear what you guys think. I don't have an official opinion, but Yannick Bright, he was a very pleasant surprise in 2024. Nobody expected Yannick Bright to be as good as he was in 2024. He actually was a very crucial piece to our structure, and to our tactic and to our formations and things like that. He brought a very defensive mind, the very defensive mentality into that midfield, and was able to play in that midfield role as kind of like a Busi while Busi dropped back into the defense. Now, with Busi primarily playing in the midfield, do we see Yannick Bright, 1, starting at all? 2, playing center back. 3, playing a double pivot with Busi? Because Busi starting sí o sí. Like, he is starting 1000%. Como no hay un mundo que Sergio Busquets va a sentar en el banco. He's going to start. But where do we see Bright? Where is Bright going to be? Because we saw Redondo play. We saw Redondo play in that first game. We still have Bright. We still have Benja. We still have Ruiz. We have like what's gonna happen with these other midfielders? Is there just gonna be a constant rotation? Do you think like Bright is gonna be pushed back to center back maybe if we need it, if we really need it? Or do you think like Bright is not gonna get that start, and do you think Redondo is gonna be preferred in that center mid role in that double pivot? Sean saying preach Mike V. I seen a lot of comments saying Segovia is like Enzo, but I disagree. I think he's more like a Caicedo. I did see comments about him being compared to Enzo Fernandez. Like a Caicedo. Like a Caicedo. I forget how Caicedo plays. I'm going to be honest. Compare him with like another Argentinian. Is he like a De Paul? No, right? He's not a De Paul. Is he like a De Paul? I have to, because I don't remember how Caicedo plays. Bright will not start because they paid 8 mil for Redondo. Yeah, but but that's what I'm saying. Bright was starting in it almost every time in 2024. So that's why I bring it up, because he was a big piece. As much as I love Bright, says Moxa, we need another midfield alongside Segovia, who excels at progressing the ball. Bright and Redondo are both too defensively minded, and we need someone who can control the game. Okay. Okay. Redondo needs to take on that box-to-box role, though. He can't be too defensive. But I see what you're saying. I see exactly. I think Telasco Segovia is the best option in that other center mid spot alongside with Bushi because he can play in that box to box role and he could be literally up and down that pitch and cover for Bushi's ass on defense and provide some attacking or progressive passes on the offense. If Redondo keeps playing bad, then the midfield is going to be Segovia, Bushi, Bright on rotation, and probably on rotation. 60 plus games this year is going to be a rotation. If Messi moves back to right wing, then Velasco can play cam. The question will be, by the way, Bright and Redondo personally. Oh, between Bright and Redondo. Personally, I choose Bright. So Sergio, you don't see Bushi? Like, what do you mean? You don't see Bushi, or you're saying alongside Bushi? You're saying Bushi and Bright / Redondo? Is that what you're trying to say? Gustavo says, "Pera, Moises Caicedo is a defensive midfielder for Chelsea." Well, obviously, I know who Moises Caicedo is. I just don't know his playing style. Is a mix of defensive and attacking skills. He's known for his defensive awareness. Perfect. Okay. Okay. Then that makes 100% sense. Shout out to Gustavo. Shout out to Mike V for that ball knowledge, because I honestly couldn't tell you, because I've watched Caicedo. I'm gonna be like, I don't watch Chelsea play. I've been watching them play recently in the Premier League, but I don't go in depth like that. I've only watched Caicedo play for the national team, but I honestly don't remember off the top of my head because I have like the memory of a goldfish. That's a better. I like that. I like the comparison. I know Conte a lot better. Yeah, Bushi and Bright in the double pivot. Okay. So you guys are rating Bright in the double pivot. It's either between. So you guys are saying it's either between Bushi and Bright or Bushi and Velasco, and you guys are saying that Redondo will only play if he actually plays good. Like if he plays bad, Redondo's sitting the bench, which makes a lot of sense, right? And then we have a couple saying like Sean, which makes also a lot of sense, that there's going to be a rotation. I mean, there's going to have to be a rotation. There's no denying it's going to be a rotation. But I'm saying who's going to be the guy? Like who's going to be the two guys that's the go-to? Like who are going to be our starting? Like if we have a big game coming up. If we have a big game of the CONCACAF Champions Cup, or if we have a big game against like Atlanta, like who are we playing as our two CMs or two CDMs? Is it going to be like, because we obviously can't rotate for that kind of game. We need to play our starting 11. We need to play our strongest team. So is that going to be Bushi and Bright? Is that going to be Redondo and Bushi? I don't know. But I'm saying, but guys, the point of having this conversation is that this is a really good problem to have. This is a really good problem to have this depth, to have like players like this who can actually play and fulfill these roles and play in these positions. This is a really good problem to have. It's just nice to talk about who we should be expecting to start in the big important games. Let's see. I need to see the new signings play, bro. I'm dying, dude. Monkey Man, dude. I'm dying to see these guys play. I want to see Velasco play so bad. I want to see Tadeo play. Tadeo has a point to prove, man. Tadeo, and we talked about this on the Messi and Co. Highly recommend you check out that episode, by the way. We had a lot of fun recording it. I said in that episode that Tadeo has something to prove here at Inter Miami. He's had a not rough, but he didn't get too big of a chance con Celta Vigo. He's going to come to Miami. He's playing with his idols, with Messi, Suarez, Bussi, Jordi, Mascherano as the coach. And he's playing with a lot of competition in his positions. So he's going to come here and he's going to play 1,000%. Like he's going to try his hardest to be a starter. So I'm really excited to see that fire in Tadeo. Same thing with Velasco, because that center mid, dude, those in the center mid positions, we have a lot of depth. So there's a lot of competition, a lot of healthy competition. So it's a really good problem to have. Sean says it should be Bushi and Bright, but money says it's going to be Redondo until he costs us a big game. And I'm not going to lie to you. I agree with what you're saying, Sean. I think that because Mascherano has worked with Avilés and Redondo in the past, that I think he's going to prefer Redondo in that midfield until he fucks up, essentially, which fair, but it kind of sucks because I think we all know that Redondo, that I think, for me personally, that Bright has played better, and Telasco Segovia on paper is a better player. But we have to see what Redondo has in store because he's a great player. He has the potential to be a good player. He had a very patchy 2024, in my opinion. Like, he was very inconsistent. Like I've always been saying, he was very inconsistent in 2024. But I think he had, like I said, he has a lot to prove this year. So I'm hoping for a big bounce, like a huge year for both Redondo and El Toto Aviles. I'm hoping for big years for both of them. But anyway, um, let's see. I feel like for some reason I felt like I talked about everything I wanted to talk about, which is insane because that went by pretty quick. We're only 45 minutes in. We still have another 15 minutes. I guess actually. Okay, you know what? Let's wrap up the. We're gonna wrap up the stream, and we're gonna use these last 15 minutes talking about our upcoming game very briefly, because we're not gonna do a preview because it's a friendly game. We're gonna save the previews and the pregame shows for the actual season. For CONCACAF Champions Cup, we're gonna save it for like the MLS regular season and things like that. But let's talk about our upcoming friendly. Let's talk about. Oh, we also, by the way, I just remembered we have Ryan Saylor also at center back. Don't know how much playing time he is going to get, but we also have Ryan Saylor at center back. Anyway, moving on. Let's talk about Inter Miami versus Universitario in Peru, in front of what is reportedly 80,000 people. Like 80,000 people are going to be at this game. It's insane. That's insane, dude. Like, imagine 80,000 people, and I don't know if this game is gonna go into like penalty kicks or whatever, like how the first game take. I don't think it will, but imagine taking a penalty kick in front of 80,000 people. Imagine Santi Morales or David Ruiz taking a penalty kick in front of 80,000 people. You know the mindset you need to have, the nerves, like the calmness you need to have to take a penalty like that, like in front of that many people, away from home, by the way, in front of a crowd of Peruvians. It's going to be insane, dude. It's going to be genuinely insane. But no, I'm very looking forward to this game, honestly, because besides the fact that it's going to be packed, besides that fact, we're playing against Universitario. I'm not an expert on the Peruvian league. I know nothing about the Peruvian league. Zero. So I'm not the go-to guy. But I know for a fact that Universitario de Deportes in Peru, they're one of the most successful Peruvian teams in the league. And they won the league last year in 2024. I looked back, and they won the league last year by 1 point, but they won. Don't know how the league works in Peru. Like I said, I know zero about it, about Peru, the Peru league. But anyways, what I'm trying to say, I feel like I'm not getting to the point. What I'm trying to say, this is going to be a fucking game. This is one of the most successful Peruvian teams in the nation, in the top league. And Inter Miami are going to go to their home in front of 80,000 people and put on a show. This is going to be a test to see what this team can do away from home in a CONCACAF type of game, in a Copa Libertadores type of game. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's that type of game. I know it's not like CONMEBOL or whatever. Oh no, it is. It is. I know it's not like a CONMEBOL like type of thing, like officiated, like official game. But this is like a Copa Libertadores type of game, dude. Like, it's gonna be rough. They're gonna be playing their hearts out, bro. They're gonna be hitting each other. Like, I feel like this is gonna be a really good game. Against America is a really good game. It was the first game of the preseason. We didn't want to overanalyze it, but I feel like this is going to be really, really good because they're going to be playing hard, man. They're going to be playing hard, and they're going to be playing for the win. Universitario is going to want to win this game, and I hope so. As in Miami, I like how the podcast is. Wait, what? Why does it switch like that? It like scrolled up out of nowhere. Monkey Man says, "I like how the podcast is shaping up, looking good." I appreciate that, Monkey Man. I'm working really hard to make this as best for you guys. to make it as good as of an experience for you guys and like to make it look visually appeasing. I'm still working on things. I'm still working on a lot of things. It's all new to me, but I appreciate you guys' patience and you guys' support. So thank you a lot. Sean says before Hard Rock was renovated, it really damn. I've only been to the Hard Rock like maybe twice, like off top, but yeah. Gustavo says, "Wow, 80,000 people." I'm telling you, dude, 80,000 people. 80,000 people. It's going to be a CONMEBOL atmosphere is crazy. And that's something that we've never experienced before at Inter Miami. We've never experienced 80,000 people. So I'm so pumped for this game, guys. I'm so pumped. Gustavo says it's going to be dirty. This is going to be a bloodbath, dude. Like it's going to be crazy. So while we're saying this, we have to be careful. Because yes, this is exciting. Messi and Suarez and all of them, they're gonna play. They're gonna at least play like a half. We need to watch out for a couple things. One, and the most important thing we're gonna need to watch out for is safety. We're gonna need to watch out for not getting injured. Like we can't afford Messi to get injured. We can't afford Suarez we can't afford anybody to get injured. Everybody needs to stay healthy by the end of the game. And we need to make sure. And if they're going to play as rough as we all think that they are, we really, really hope it's not like anything serious. We really, really need to hope for the best and that everybody can just come out in one piece. Second thing, in terms of gameplay, in terms of how we're going to play, I'm not going to dive too deep into it because like I said, we're getting to know this team. It's a fresh team. And that's why I'm so excited to see these guys play because it's like a whole new team. We have new players, we have new coaches, a new system, new tactic, new everything. I feel like it's just fresh. It's a breath of fresh air. In terms of how we're going to play, I think we can't afford to be scared, if that makes sense. We can't afford to go defensive. We need to keep that mentality that Mascherano has been wanting to implement into this team, is that being the protagonist, playing that offensive football, going up the field, trying to putting passes together, bang, 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 boom, goal. Like we need to do that. Connecting those passes and creating chances as much as we can. High pressing. Like if we can get, honestly speaking, if we can get Velasco ready, I really need to see Tadeo. I want to see Tadeo play in this game. I really want to see if Velasco can be ready for this game. I want to see if Lujan can be ready for this game. I want to see if these new guys play, guys. I really want to see these new guys play, and I feel like this would be a great first test for them. It's high pressure. Maybe that's why they would, even if they were ready. Mascherano says any player that's available will travel. We'll have to see what happens, but I'm so excited, guys. I don't know. Actually, now that we're here, we're probably gonna do one. But what do you guys? We're probably gonna do maybe one more stream if anything happens before the game. But now that we're all here, how genuinely, how do you feel? How do you guys feel about this game? Are you guys excited about this game? Do you think this is gonna be a boring game? Like, do you think like we should be beating these guys easily? Do you think Peru should be beating us? What do you guys have a predicted score? Like, do you guys have a prediction for the score? I don't know if we're gonna win. I just want to see good football, dude. I want to see some fantastic Miami football. I want to see that Mascherano ball, bro. We're set to face San Miguel. Who? Oh, I heard Danny say something about that. I had no idea what he was talking about. I'm gonna be honest. San Miguelito, is that team? Is that team in like? Damn, I heard he mentioned it. I don't even know. I heard he mentioned it, but I'm gonna be honest. I have no idea. Scared money don't make money. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. People have been saying that Messi is like not traveling to play or something. I think that's BS. I think 100% he's going to be playing a half. Like people have spent way too much money on the promotions on all this shit for Messi not to play at the end of the day. Like you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But no, Edwin's already giving me a prediction. He's saying a 3-2 win for I'm assuming Inter Miami, right? I'll take that. I'll take a 3-2 win. That's a fantastic game from Panama. Oh, that's the Panama team. Oh, I gotcha. I had no idea. I have no idea. Um, I want to see more of the same at least. It would be great to see improvement on shapes and that shit. Um, I mean, yeah, I mean, like I said, this is preseason. We're still getting used to the players. So seeing more or less of the same of what we saw against America would honestly be fine because that shows honestly consistency. It just shows consistency, and that's what we want to see. We want to see consistency. If we see any sorts of improvement, that's a huge plus. But there's still a lot of time. There's still a lot of time for that. So honestly, like I said, as long as we stay healthy, and we don't kill each other and everybody can walk away with both legs tied to their hips, then we're fine. I'm excited, and we definitely should beat them like 3-4, 4-3. Rocco better be locked in. Rocco needs to lock in. Rocco needs to lock in. This is Rocco's time because I feel like when Drake comes back, we're not going to get into the Drake conversation, by the way, this time. We had like that was essentially the entire time, the entire last episode. Like we talked about Drake the entire last episode. We're not talking about Drake this time. But this is Rocco's time because Drake has his ghost, like his phantom injury. So Ustari, even though I think Ustari's kind of fit and ready to play, like he has his visa and whatever. Even though he's fit and ready to play, it's going to be between him and Rocco. This is Rocco's time. Rocco needs to prove that he can play and be a competitive keeper in that depth chart. Because, and I've said this on the Messi and Co., I think our goalkeeping situation is pretty solid. If Drake's our starter, just to say something, if Drake's our starter, we have Ustari as an emergency backup, and then maybe Rocco could be that second backup. Because Rocco's younger, maybe we can have him for the future if when Ustari's not here. Like, you know what I'm saying? But Rocco needs to prove himself. And I think in the preseason is the best time that Drake Callender's not here. And so he needs to take advantage of all the minutes that he can get now. It looks like the Peruvian team will start their season on February 7th. So they shouldn't want to play that, or I guess that rough. Interesting. Okay, so they play February 7th. I mean, they're still going to want to be fit. So we're going to be playing our guys. I'm sure they're going to be playing their main guys as well. Didn't Miami beat them in 2022 4-0? Did they really? I don't know. When I looked it up, I couldn't find a history on it, but I'm going to fact check it for you. Inter Miami. Let's look this up. Let's look up history. Or like head to head. I don't see a head to head. Inter Miami versus Universitario head to head. Nope. Oh, wait. Nope. I don't see it. Yeah, no, I don't see it. Yeah, no, I don't see a head to head for them. I don't know. Maybe it exists and I can't find it, but I don't see it. What time do you want to see subs? Oh, like substitutions? I don't fucking know. I mean, maybe at halftime. I probably want to see the first sub at halftime. Take out anybody, honestly, because like it's not at the end of the day, it's not worth the risk. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not worth the risk at all. Okay, let me take this ticker off for you guys because we're not really talking about any of that anymore. Rocco, Sergio thinks Rocco's not going to start against Peru. Okay. No torn ACLs, please, God, please, no, nothing. We can't have like another Ian Frey. Drake the GOAT. Okay, we got a Drake supporter in the chat. This is new. Sergeant thinks that Ustari is going to start. The Alliance Lima is going to be tougher than expected. Okay. Any clue on how the pitch is there? I looked at pictures. Look. I looked at pictures. Look. These are the pictures that I saw. It looks honestly pretty sick. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, it looks pretty sick. Like, this is what it looks like from a third, from the outside. Here, let me show you guys this. Let me zoom in on this. It's kind of blurry, but hopefully it kind of, can I like share it? Hello? There we go. This is what it looks like on the outside. This looks sick as hell. I'm not going to lie. This is like, so in terms of the actual pitch itself, Not sure. We haven't received any updates on that. Nobody's really talking about the pitch or the form of the pitch. There shouldn't be anything wrong with it. I'm not gonna lie to you. There shouldn't be anything wrong with it. But I mean, sometimes, yeah. I mean, like, yeah. Don't think that it should be fine. It should be in a good condition. I don't think. Yeah, I'm hoping at least. I'm really, really hoping. South American pitches depend on the time of year. They're all open and natural grass. Sometimes they are beautiful and sometimes they are torn up. It just depends. I mean, like with the start of a new season, right? Like you would expect there to be um all like, repaired and things like that and all like just as new. That's what I would expect. If it's torn up, then it is what it is. More of a reason to take less risks with players and make more substitutions. But anyway. But anyways, guys, like I said, I'm very excited for this next game. I'm hoping for all the best for Inter Miami. And we had a pretty productive stream today. We had a pretty productive conversation. We talked about a lot. We went through a lot. You guys were very productive. You guys gave your input and opinions, which I always appreciate it. And it's honestly what makes this show so fun and what keeps it going. So thank you guys for participating. Oh, Sergio says Ian Frey is back in trading according to the Miami. Yes. Oh my God. How could I forget about Ian Frey? We talked about that on the Messi and Co. Pod. Yes. Ian Frey is like, we'll talk about this very briefly and then we'll wrap it up. But Ian Frey is fully back in training, which was a huge surprise to all of us, or to me at least, and to the Messi and Co. guys, Ashley and Gian. We all know Ian Frey's like medical history, like with his injuries. Like the fact that he was out for like the entire season in 2024, except for like the final whatever, or except for the very few times that he's played. And then he suffered the same injury. And now all of a sudden he's back a couple of months later, which is like insane. Like, so it's great to see, don't get me wrong, with like the physio, like him working with the physios and the whoever's, like the doctors and whatever. It's great to see. It's super important that we don't rush Ian Frey or anybody, but Ian Frey cannot be rushed onto the team. We need to take his time. We cannot risk Ian Frey suffering any sort of like life-changing injury, because this kid could genuinely be the future of this club if he can stay healthy and if he could, just tread on the water a little bit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just tread. But no, I'm very glad that he's back. I'm looking forward to seeing him hopefully later on in the season, and hopefully he can remain fully fit throughout the year. But thank you guys so much for tuning in to this show. Thank you guys for tuning into my channel, SoFlo Soccer, both on YouTube and on Twitter, live for the first time on Twitter. I appreciate it. If you guys did enjoy, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next time I go live. It'll probably be either, if anything happens between now and the game, it'll probably be then. If not, it'll be after the game, doing kind of like a post-game reaction kind of thing. But yeah, you guys are amazing. I really appreciate you. I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a great rest of your night. I'm going to go eat some dinner. Everybody in South Florida, stay warm. I'll see you guys later, man. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you. There should be an outro. There is. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.
¿Qué mira, bobo? Anda para allá, bobo.